We are watching a series of videos on data visualization using Tableau. In our earlier sessions, we have been exploring different types of charts. Why these charts are important, and on their own, they provide some insights about the data. However, when you are creating a presentation for the purpose of consumption by the management, you need to build a narrative around that presentation. The presentation should build on a particular theme and it should end up in a climax. That is where storytelling part of data visualization comes in. While there is no one way of dealing with this, there are some good practices you may follow while you are developing this narrative. The first thing is that you must select the set of measures and the dimension that you need to focus on. And when you're talking about the dimension, you typically use a dimension category. For example, by dimension category, I mean not the category or subcategory that uh, we have seen in this particular data set. But dimension category means one angle of a dimension. Let's say product is one angle of a dimension. So you want to see maybe a couple of measures like sales and profit along the product line. And this product line may have several hierarchy, for example, starting with category, then subcategory, then to product, and finally to order. So you select that dimension category which you want to explore, and you want to explore the dimension category based on a couple of measures like sales and profit. Usually, it's not a good idea to go beyond two measures for one particular narrative. Once you build that line of thought, then you figure out what is the highest level of aggregation and what is the lowest level of aggregation. So in the example that we saw just now, the highest level of aggregation is category and the lowest level of aggregation is order. So essentially the theme is that you are going to explore the sales and profit by category, then by subcategory, then by product, and then finally by order. And finally, you would need to figure out what are the charts that are most suitable for this. Now, if you look at the first, the highest level, which is the category and the sales and profit, we have seen that. We can use a bar chart or a column chart. Because the number of categories is less, probably we go for a column chart. How do you depict the sales and profit? Do I do it by a clustered column chart? Yes, we can do that. That's one way of depicting two measures in one dimension. But we saw that in order to bring out a very exciting insight, cluster column charts are not very good. It doesn't bring out the exceptions. So probably we'll use a simple column chart where we are going to have the sales as the height of the column and profit as a range of color, and believe that way any exceptional category will come out very clear. The reason for doing this is we are likely to drill down on that exceptional category and go to the subcategory. For the subcategory, probably we'll use a bar chart instead of a column chart because we know that the number of subcategories are much more. We'll further probably drill down and go to the product level. What kind of chart we are going to use here? Now we know that products are many, and probably even a bar chart will be too crowded for depicting product, sales, and profit. What chart will be most suitable? Probably a tree map, because we saw that tree map is very good at accommodating a large number of values of the dimension, and it can bring out the exceptions very clearly. And finally, when we go to the order level, we have seen that at this level, probably we should go for a scatter plot where we can show the sales and the relationship between the sales and the profit, with each individual points being shown as an order. Lastly, we need to put this entire narrative into one canvas. And where is that canvas? Tableau provides something called a dashboard. So dashboard is a canvas where I can combine multiple charts. So we are going to create 4 charts and put this into a canvas. Now, when you are putting this in a canvas, one good practice is not to put more than 4 charts in a canvas. It may go maximum up to 6, but not more than 4. And the chart which is in the top left should be the chart that has the highest level picture. In this particular case, the category wise sales are the highest level picture. And the chart which is in the bottom right, that should contain the most detailed level picture, in this case the order. And the explosion from the top level to the bottom level should follow a pattern of Z. That means the highest level in the top left, the second highest level, that is the subcategory level in our case, should be in the top right. The next level, which is the product level, where we are creating a tree map, should be in the bottom left. And finally, the lowest level, which is the order level, should be in the bottom right. Why so? Because usually most of us are used to reading from left to right and from top to bottom. Our eyes follow a Z pattern. And that is why I must start the story in the top left and end the story at the bottom right. So this is one good way of putting the entire narrative into one canvas, which we're calling a dashboard. So with this concept now, we are going to make the charts. Now we have already made these charts before, but it is a better idea to have these charts in one place so that we don't have to search around the charts in all other places. So we're going to make the charts, all these 4 charts independently again, and then we are going to create a dashboard from this. So our first chart is category wise sales. Let's name this first. Category wise or category sales and profit. Category sales profit. Take the category here. So we are not going to use the hierarchy here. Just use the category. And the sales, we leave it as a bar chart. Sorry, a column chart, because we said the number of categories is less. If it is a subcategory, we'll use a bar chart. There's another reason for that. This also gives you a flexibility in arranging your dashboard. We'll soon see why we are, we are insisting on this. We'll have the profit in the color. Remove the legends, because otherwise the legends will come into the dashboard, and you can remove in the dashboard also. But if you remove it in the sheet itself, that is much better. We'll change the color to red, green diverging. It's the convention that we have been following. And we'll make this entire view. This is also important because this will make your dashboard, the chart fill the dashboard. Again, we'll see that when we create the dashboard. So ensure that you make all the charts entire view. Let's go to the next chart, which is our subcategory chart. We are making all these charts independent of each other, and then we'll bind them together. So subcategory sales profit. Do the same thing, but this time is subcategory independent of the category. We are not creating a hierarchy here. The reason is we'll create the hierarchy through a filtering process in the dashboard. We'll see that. Please wait for the dashboard to be created, and it will be understood clearly. So we have the sales want to make this a bar chart, not a column chart. Sorted by sales, and we make the profit the color. We remove this legend and we make the color red green divergent. Set. Go to the next one. This time we are going to do a tree map, and we are going to do it for product. So let me also name this. Sales and profit. You have now product name over here. It's asking me that do you want to add all the members because there are too many of them. It's fine as of now. Put the sales over here. And we are going to make a tree map now. And this tree map now, the size and the color both are indicating sales. We don't want that. We want the color to indicate profit. So put color, profit to color. And now we have a beautiful tree map which shows the color as the profit and the size of the box in the tree as the sales. Will not use the region, put in the entire view. It's like this. Show that this is also put into the entire view. Yeah. So we're done with the 3 base charts, and finally the last chart where we are going to make a scatter plot for sales and profit by order. So we'll take sales, take profit, have the order ID in the detail. We should swap the rows and columns. We don't want big circles. We're not making a bubble chart. We want to fill up these circles. It's good enough. We want to make this entire view. And let's put the color, sorry, as category. So we put the we may not need this legend once we make the dashboard. As of now, I'm leaving it over here, but soon we'll see that probably will not need the legend. Okay. So let's be like this as of now. We are calling it order sales profit. So we have our base charts ready. Now we are going to create a dashboard from this base chart and create a narrative out of that. So this is the place where you create the dashboard. These are dashboards. First, and we will have all our sheets over here. So that's why I just created the 4 sheets new so that I am not confused with the previous sheets. So these are my 4 sheets from where we are going to make our dashboard. First is we need to fix the size of the dashboard. So we'll make this automatic. This will make the dashboard full, take up the full canvas. And now we are going to put the sheets one by one just by dragging and dropping it to canvas. Remember that the highest level of aggregation will be the top left, and the lowest level of aggregation the bottom right. So what is the highest level of aggregation? Category by sales and profit. We put that in the here. Now, since there's only one chart, it takes up the entire canvas. Moment we keep bring more charts, this canvas will get distributed above the chart. What is the second one? Subcategory. Remember the Z. So subcategory will come to the top right because this is the second level of detail. Drag and drop it to the top right. So here you see a small a gray box overlapping. So that will indicate where you should put it. So here you see that it has come on the top right, and this space now has become much less, because now the space has to be shared. The canvas will be shared by two charts. So like that, as and when we are bringing more charts, this space will get adjusted automatically, and then we can manually adjust it based on which chart requires more space. Third is the product wise sales. This is the third level, so it should come in the follow the Z pattern. It should come in the bottom left over here. And finally, the order wise sales and profit, which is over here, that is the lowest level. It should come in the bottom right. Now here you see that the legend has got copied to the dashboard. Now we will not require the legend here. Very soon we'll understand why we don't require it, and we don't want it to take up space. So we'll cross this and we are out of the legend. Now, at this point of time, this may be slightly confusing as the bottom right is concerned, because we don't know which category this dot belongs to. As long as we can know that when you mouse over, but very soon we'll realize that we do not need this at all. Now, the next thing that we do is we can adjust these boxes a little bit based on which chart requires more space. As we can see that category wise sales, which is a column chart, doesn't require so much of horizontal space. And remember, that's the reason I mentioned that it's better to use a column chart here, because it will help me to adjust the space accordingly. So I will make this narrower. Okay, and that will actually give me more space in the bar chart of subcategory, because that requires more horizontal space. Okay. Similarly, this order wise sales and profit, these are scatter plots. So this requires maybe little less space. I don't need so much of space here, and I need actually more space when we are looking at the tree map. And accordingly, I can change this. I probably also don't need this. The category, I can actually do it from here, and it will not show it here. So I can hide this. I can hide this. This is okay. This is okay. Calling this dashboard as product dashboard, because this dashboard is giving me insights related to the product dimension as a whole, right? Not meaning product name only, category, subcategory, order, these are all product related dimensions. Now, the next interesting thing. Remember, we had used filters in the earlier sessions in the sheets, but we also discussed applying filters in the sheets have their own limitations. It doesn't work the way management wants to actually do a drill down for exploring the insights based on management by exception. I'm not getting the details in this particular video. You can refer to the earlier video where we have discussed filters to understand the constraints of using filters on a sheet. The best way to use filter is in the dashboard, and we'll soon see why. First is we have to make these filters active. So here you will see for every chart there's a filter. So you just make this active. Now, moment to make this active, if you go back to the sheets, you will see that these filters have now come over here. Now, let's say the advantage of this is, let's say I want to now explore the exceptions. I want to see that what is going wrong with the furniture category. Which subcategories of furniture are not doing well in terms of profit. We know that as a subcategory, furniture is not doing well. As a category, furniture is not doing well, but maybe some subcategories within the furniture are doing well. And here there is no direct way of finding out which subcategory belongs to the category of furniture. We earlier saw that we could use filters in a sheet, but we also know the problems of it. And here there's an easier way of doing it. Just click on the subcategory, category furniture. Moment you do that, the bar chart will immediately show only the subcategories of furniture under furniture category. And it clearly shows that this chairs, which is not a problem, furnishings is not a problem. That's not what is causing a problem for furniture. What is causing a problem primarily is the table. And then as management, we may want to know that all products in table unprofitable, or there are some products which are unprofitable, which you must look at. Now you must notice that all other the two other charts in the dashboard has also become filtered. So now it is only showing the product wise sales and profit. The tree map is only showing products related to the category furniture, and orders are also showing the products related to the category furniture, and that's why it has become blue. And that's the reason why I say that we really don't need a legend here, because anyway the purpose of this is to drill down. So once we drill down, we anyway know that which subcategory or which category it belongs to. So let us now first explore table. What is going wrong with table? Are all products equally bad in table? Not really. We can see that these products are okay. These products are not actually bad. It is these products, the Chromacraft Bullnose, this is what is causing a problem. Now, I may further analyze and say that are all orders for this product equally bad? I can filter this on, and I can see that this product, this order for the same product, Chromacraft Bullnose, actually was sold at a profit, even though not a very high profit, not too bad. This product also is a borderline case, very small loss. This one was also very small loss. The two major culprits are this order. This is the order where a major loss has happened for this product, and probably and this the sale is also very high. So we need to really figure out what was the compulsion for which such a high sale deal was made, where the profit was so low. In fact, it was negative, and this also is a problem. So now you see that how we can combine the four charts and build a narrative around the business insight. And this is what visualization helps you to do. We can come back and remove the filtered but just by clicking back on all the charts. So we saw how we can create a dashboard on the product dimension. We can do the same thing on the geo dimension. If you remember that we have hierarchy in the geo: country, region, state, city, and pin code. Now for this data set, country is not very relevant because all the sales happening in one country. There's nothing much to explore there. So we'll start with region. Now region is not a geographical entity. So probably we'll use a conventional bar chart or a column chart to depict the sales and profit by region. But once we are beyond region, that is state and city and pin code, we will use maps. For state, we use fill maps. For city and pin code, we are going to use circle. So again, following the same process, we will first make the charts in separate sheets. So first sheet, we're going to make chart of region-wise sales profit. So take the region and take the sales. We'll keep this as column chart, because last time also we saw that if there are less number of values in the dimension, then it is easier to adjust the column chart in the dashboard. and we will use the profit in the color, change it to red green. So we know that West and East regions are high on sales, profit is also very high, whereas Central and South are the ones that are not doing that well. We'll hide the card here and we'll put the entire view. Next, we are going to do state-wise. Now, for state-wise sales, we will not be able to visually depict the profit, because if you remember that we want to show state-wise sales as a field map, where the only attribute we can play around with is the color. The area is fixed by the area of the state. So here we'll not be able to map the profit, but we can see the profit either as a text or we can see it on mouse wheel. So let's take the state. We'll not use any hierarchy again here, because by now you know that why we're not using hierarchy, because we want to use this filtering feature in the dashboard to be able to create the curiosity. Any data visualization work must create the curiosity in the mind of the viewer, so that it's like it's like a thriller where you're unfolding the story and you're reaching the climax when you are getting the bottom right hand corner of the chart. So you'll have the sales, yeah, and we are going to have the fill map. Since we have already set the map, we don't have any unknown values. We will put the name of the states here in the label as we did in last time, and we'll have sales and profit in the label. It is important that we put profit in the label because we are not able to depict profit visually over here. Just change this as we have the state first, sales, and then we have the profit, and should indicate this by sales, profit. We'll now go to the city-wise sales and profit. This time we are able to show both sales and profit because we are going to use the circle map, and the size of the circle will depict the sales and the color of the circle will depict the profit. So we'll take the city and we'll take the sales. I'm going to use this, depict it correctly. And now we are going to take profit to the color. Don't need this legend. By the way, when you are on the map mode, your automatic is in the full canvas mode. So you don't need to change this to full canvas. Change this color to red green diverging. And maybe increase the size a little bit. Yeah, it's good. And finally, we are going to make pin code wise. Yeah. So we have the pin code, the postal code. Yeah. We have the sales. Yeah. fill map. In this, we are going to have the profit in the color. Change this, change this color range, red, green, diverging. Yeah, correct. And we can just increase the size a little bit. Let's see the pin. So you have these 4 charts where we start with the highest level, which is a region. We are ignoring the country because all the sales are for the country. So there's nothing to analyze the country. All the sales is for one country, which is US. So the region is the highest level, then the state, then the city, and then the pin code. The top left-hand corner should belong to the highest level of aggregation, which is region. The top right-hand corner should belong to the next level, is state. Bottom left-hand corner should belong to the next level, which is city, and the bottom right-hand corner should belong to the lowest level, which is pin code, and the final revelation will happen, the climax will happen in the bottom right. Okay. So we'll create the dashboard, and this is the geo dashboard. First, we'll change this full chromatic. Go down. So first is region-wise over here. Second is state-wise, top right. Third is city-wise over here. And finally, pin code-wise. And now this one we can clamp. And now you see we can apply filter over here. All the values can be filtered. And now you want to, let's say, analyze central region. That's the most difficult region. It is not the lowest selling region, but it is the least profitable region. Previously, we were analyzing on the product dimension. Now we are analyzing on the geo dimension. Which dimension to analyze also depends on how the organization is structured and who is the audience. For example, if the organization is structured on product lines and there are product managers who are responsible or general manager of different products who are responsible, then you will analyze on product line. However, there can be an analysis on the regional line. There may be different country managers and different regional managers who are responsible for sales in that region. In that case, you have to analyze on the regional dimension. So which dimension you should take, that depends also on how the organization is structured. Many organizations are also structured in a matrix way. In that situation, you have to look at different measures for different different responsibility centers. For example, the product manager may be more responsible from the profitability perspective because the cost of the product may be a concern, whereas the regional managers may be more responsible from the sales perspective. So all these things depend on how your organization is structured, who is the audience, and how you want to build the story. So for now, we are trying to build the narrative for the geography. So let us select the region, central region, and we see these are the central regions where the sale is happening. This is Houston, Texas, where which is highest in sale, but we need to explore whether all the cities in Houston are profitable or not. So it filtered Houston, and we see that is actually the we filter Texas. We see that the Houston city is one that is causing a lot of problem in terms of profitability. And we may want to explore the specific pin codes in Houston city which is causing problem. And we select this, and interestingly we see that not all pin codes are doing that badly. It is one pin code, this one, which is really doing badly. Others are not that bad. Okay. So this way we have been able to analyze the performance from sales and profit perspective across geographical dimension. If I have to come back to the original one, I just have to click over here, and that will unfilter the data and it will bring it back to my regions. So this helps you to understand how you can assimilate finally the charts into one narrative. There is another way of creating narrative, which is called the stories. So this is called a storyboard. So I can give a product story, and I can put the product charts. So we have this product charts, and put product chart over here, and we can create a caption that furniture is not a profitable category. And then I can build the next one, which is a subcategory. I can bring it over here. And here I can say tables in furniture category is a problem as from profit perspective. Then we can get into the third one, which is the product. Here, some products of table profitable. I'm just writing some product. If once you know the specific products, you can put that in the narrative as well. And finally, I can put the order that some orders for few products are culprit, pulling profit down. Now you see, I have built a story. So the product story that you can build. So I hope that this helps you to create a narrative with the charts that you've already visualized. Do not forget to save your work with Excel.